The to-do list seems never-ending.
I got things to do. My life is real busy.
We're replacing our floor.
I just finished sealing this plywood with some fiberglass resin. I'm doing the propane tanks right now because it's easier with the floor out.
Buying new floors, starting to paint, working on the propane.
Today I'm working the propane system.
And getting rid of our old truck.
A lot of good memories for sure. Like all good things, must come to an end.
It's a lot of work, but we're excited.
Step by step, one thing at a time.
Because every step means we're a little bit closer to living our dream.
Killing all the birds with all the stones.
But who's to say that this isn't the dream itself? It's all a journey.
To fix the floor, I got this 3/4 inch CDX plywood, and I got a tarp, heavy duty tarp, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some fiberglass resin. I'm gonna coat it all, and that should give it some waterproofing. First, I gotta rip cut it. I'm using my Craig rip cut jig. It's a 48 inch piece, and I need 38 1/4, so I'm gonna rip off 9 3/4 inches with this guy here. All right, I just finished sealing this plywood with some fiberglass resin. Hopefully it'll protect it a little bit from the moisture and seal it in. The final step of the repair was to wrap this in a water-resistant tarp membrane, and I just used double-sided tape. So there's 2 layers of protection with the resin and with the little sheet here.
So Kurt and my dad have already started their entire day and have been out there for probably an hour, and I'm just now getting my shoes on to go. I got things to do. My life is real busy, but I'm getting my shoes on, getting my paint stuff on, and then I'm gonna go meet my dad out in the trailer to get going on some paint. I actually don't know if we're still priming today or if we're starting actual paint. I don't even know if Kirk went and bought the paint we need, so we're likely still gonna be priming. Hopefully that finishes up today. Finish priming and start painting. And I think Kurt has been working on the gas, the propane situation, something about them not being connected. I would tell you more, but I'd be lying because I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, something about connecting the gas. So I know he needed parts for that. Hopefully he gets those as well. All right, time to go.
All right, today I'm working the propane system. I'm gonna start by doing a test, a leak down test with the manometer, and the regulator, backup regulator that I have on there is always showing that it's empty when one of them has propane. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that because the indicator is not working. I have some leak detector, non-corrosive fluid essentially to find a leak if I get something in the drop down, and I'm going to go ahead and replace the existing hoses with these steel braided ones here. This is the current setup here. This is the regulator that appears to not be working. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the gas. It's already off. But turn off the gas, disconnect this, and then rebuild this. It looks like it's broken down in there. So it looks like there might be a leak coming out of that area too. So I'm gonna replace this system here for the plumbing. All right, so I gotta replumb this to come down and go into that plumbing down there. All right, it was a frustrating day trying to find the right parts. I wound up having to take all of the OEM stuff back for the pipe thread, create a new longer piece with a 90 coming out from under the frame and then a 90 up. And then I mounted the new regulator up here, and there's 2 flared fittings. So right now I just got done flaring the copper tube here with the flare kit.
So at this very moment, my dad and Kirk do not need my help, so I was sent back inside to clean the kitchen. I am good for something. So the current state of our lovely RV Sylvie, the floor is out of this slide here. Kirk's replacing that. And then inside we're almost done priming. So everything is primed white, almost. Kitchen's white. And then my dad just finished the bathroom and is working on priming the cabinets. And this is the last section we need to get primed in the room. So we're closing in on priming.
Closing in on painting.
Closing in on being able to begin to paint. Step by step. One thing at a time. And then we'll put in the floors when Kirk's done putting back our floor.
I'm doing the propane tanks right now because it's easier with the floor out. I can lift the thing, I can lift the access panel all the way up into the cavity. Otherwise I'm fighting with it over my head.
Killing all the birds with all the stones.
Yeah, it makes it much easier to work on.
Yeah. So we're just in the thick of it.
First flare looks pretty good. This is the complete install here, where I tied in to the OEM, came up into the propane bay, and plumbed in the new regulator. Final step is the propane tanks. All right, it's fully plumbed in. It looks like it's a perfect fit. Right in between the 2 propane tanks.
Checking the gas.
I'm gonna do a leak down test.
Can you pop the trunk? And you need me.
Yes.
Floor's in. So Kirk and I did go get paint, and I'm in here trimming all of the trimming all the trim, and it's just this little light off-white color. It's called Bone, and I think it'll look really good. I finished doing the bathroom doors, the bedroom in here, the trim in the bedroom, which you can kind of see. It's just a subtle change, but it's gonna make a big difference, and I'm really excited to be on the painting part of fixing up this RV. So hopefully it doesn't take too many days to do this, but I'm in it to win it now. Since we just bought the new truck, Kirk is selling his old truck, and he said a guy was here to take a look at it, and I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh, sad. When I met Kirk, he was the guy who wrestled and drove a big truck, and that was the big truck he drove when I met him in college, what, probably 17 years ago, I guess. So he's selling the truck back there. I don't know if he's selling it, but he's showing the truck, and I don't know. I guess the reality of someone else driving off with it today is really sad. When I lived in New York and we dated for 3 years long distance, and I'd have him pick me up in the truck because I thought it was so cool. And so he would drive the truck to the airport to come get me, but you know, it's okay because we got a cool new truck to make more memories in, but it's always hard saying goodbye to things. I do want him to want it, but I also kind of want to keep it. But we have no use for two trucks, so hopefully he does want it. You want to say bye to the truck?
Bye, truck.
What do you want to give it like a send off? It's been so good to you.
It's been a good truck. But
used to tow your boat at the lake.
a lot of good memories for sure. Good times, camping trips, college years.
You were just like a child when you got this truck.
Yeah.
And I liked it when you picked me up in it because I could sit next to you because it didn't have a middle seat. And I could sit next to you and hold your hand.
Yeah. Like all good things, it must come to an end.
Aww. Not all good things. We're not going to come to an end. We're going to live forever. was a long day and a hot day. I had this ice rag around me the whole entire day because it was sweltering hot.
It's like a sauna in there.
It is a real life sauna. I sweat profusely, but we got a lot done. It was the first day I didn't have any work to do, so it was just dedicated all into the RV. At least for me, Kirk's been in the RV dedicated every single day, all day, so I was here all day dedicated too. I was able to get to painting. We went to the store and got paint, so I got a lot of the trim work done, but it's still not finished. There's still some trim that has to be done, but it's starting to take form, which is exciting. So it's starting to have a little bit of a look, and then Kirk was able to finish the floor.
Yeah.
He took out the floor, and then
the slide subfloor repair is done, and I plumbed in all of the propane.
so that's all done.
So we're having dinner on the patio.
We're having dinner on the patio sidewalk. This is the sidewalk patio on our front porch, enjoying our evening because the day did get really, really nice at night. So we're enjoying our first dinner at home. Overall, it was a good day, and I'm spent. But if there was more daylight, I would finish the trim. No lights in there yet, so I guess it's a good stopping point. But yeah, stay tuned. We're still working.
RV renovation.
RV life. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And join us on Patreon.
Hi. Neighbors. You know, we waited a year to buy the land, so deodorant. We waited a year to buy the land, so what's a little bit longer to get some floors and paint into the new RV mansion? It's nothing, that's what it is. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Oh.
And I'm setting the pressure with the new regulator and a manometer, so.
Manometers, that's what you said, right?
It's a manometer.
Manometer. Manometer?